Mary, we are here at one of our sites on the garden tour, and this is the Wild Acres Park, and it was created by the George and Mary Lanou family. And it's a place where they could no longer farm because it was only about 5.5 acres. So they created this beautiful setting to come and have family reunions, picnics, and camp for the weekend. And they have turned this place into a marvelous place with all their flowers and setting, and the quilts. They have over 50 quilts here that we can enjoy, and they've created different settings, an old-fashioned laundry basket area with quilts there, and you have a little fishing area over there, and one of the quilts that's very unique is made from their grandmother's hankies, and it's just a wonderful testimony of their family love. And with the 12 siblings all working here together, one mows, some quilt, one flower gardens. I mean, it is a family full of love and commitment, and they cherish their time here.
Well, their quilts that are hanging here are just beautiful. Did the family hang all of these?
Oh yes, they had a crew here this morning. They hung them all, and what's neat is they made them all. So, I mean, they're quilters and they're gardeners, and it's just a lot of love being shared here. And I'm so happy that they're sharing this site with us today. Look at Mary, this beautiful lavender purple quilt here. And look at how it brings out the colors of the petunias. And they also made a nice planter box that matched the quilt. This is just one of the many quilts displayed here. Let's go look at some more. Look at this beautiful quilt, Mary, how it's displayed, the beautiful colors, and how it ties in with the old-fashioned ironing board, the irons, the old sprinkler cap. I mean, this is just a fun display of antique sewing items that they used. And the fancy cross stitch done here on this apron and this tablecloth. I mean, this is just a wonderful display.
You're so right, and it's so beautiful, such a beautiful quilt. When we came in, I saw another one that was front and back. Could we go see that?
Let's go check it out. Okay, Mary, I would like to introduce you to Elise Lanou. She's one of our committee members that works real hard for this tour. This is Angie's first quilt she's made, and her sister made the exact same one, but using different colors. So it's interesting how they can look similar, but yet different.
Well, I think the quilts are all a work of art.
They certainly are, and it's just so eye-popping in this setting. So we're just so happy that these gals and husbands pulled this together and let us enjoy this beautiful park and their quilts. Mary, look at this wonderful quilt. It's called a labyrinth quilt pattern. And it just creates a beautiful optical illusion with the grays and the whites, and then the corners are cut at an angle.
I was wondering why that was.
I think it just helps create the illusion, and see you have the lines here, so it just kind of all adds to the pattern of the quilt.
Well, it's beautiful, just like every other one out here. Oh, they're just gorgeous.
It is. It's just wonderful to look at.
Jolynn, every quilt here is absolutely fabulous, and I think I could spend the whole tour just walking around and looking at these, but I think we got to keep going.
We do. There's lots more to see. Well, Mary, here we are at the Carol Snyder home south of Milroy, and she has many beautiful flower gardens to see. She has a little cute red shed over there that she bought from a family sale, and then she created flowers around it. She has lots of perennials here to look at, and lots of beautiful bushes like the semi-ash bush and the quick-fire hydrangea. The quilter here is Patty Christians, and she made all the quilts, and she's a good friend of Carol's.
Well, she has a shade garden too, doesn't she?
Yes, out back. She has a beautiful shade garden with lots of hostas, and we have quilts in there to just add a little perk to, and it's just a nice, peaceful hobby that she does in the evening, and she really enjoys gardening.
I saw when we came in that she's got a beautiful sun area too.
Yes, and if you notice, I thought, what is that tall thing blooming over there? Well, here it's a yucca plant, and you don't see them blossoming very often, at least I don't. So that was kind of a something to really look at and enjoy. We put a lot of thought and planning into where we place our quilts because we want them to look nice with the plants that are right below it so that the colors coordinate together. So we really put a lot of thought into it.
Well, do you practice that ahead of time?
Oh yes, we practice and take notes. So that really helps us so the day of the tour we can just go put them there and we're satisfied with where they're at. And sometimes we change it depending upon.
Well, before we leave, can you tell me a little bit about this quilt right here? What is that pattern?
It's called the garden path. You can see the different blocks and the sizes and the shapes and how the colors, the black kind of pops out and the gold. So it's all, you know, there's a little blue in here, so it just all kind of comes together, and then the nice border brings your eyes all back into the center.
Well, let's go take a look at another one or two.
All right. Mary, look at this beautiful quilt. It's called My Bright. It's one that she used with many different bright colors. She actually took this as a class out at Hill City, South Dakota by Elaine Nyquist, who is a Tracy resident and big quilter too. So this is just a beautiful quilt. The yellows, the purples, and the greens just make it pop, and it's just exciting for your eye just to see that. And then the floral just kind of brings it all back together again. So she picked her colors from using her border print. So you can see the greens, the purples, so they're all incorporated in her quilt.
When these are quilted, is the stitching done by hand or by a machine or sometimes both?
Sometimes both. It depends upon how what the quilter wants or the person who made the quilt. Most of these are machine quilted, so it's done on a long arm, so it's done with a computerized system, but there are some that are made just with hand stitching, you know, and that takes a lot of time. And that was done in the older, you know, with the older generation way back when they didn't have machine quilting.
I've heard of tied quilts too. What does that mean?
That means when you lay your two fabrics together with interfacing or a fabric that goes in between there, and they stitch and go through one side and then they come out the other with yarn and then they tie it, and that holds it together. The machine quilting is more intricate and more decorative, but they both do the same thing. They hold the 3 layers of fabric together.
Okay. Well, this is absolutely beautiful here, hung in the shade garden, and I love all of the shade plants that they have incorporated here too. It is just lovely. And even things are just blooming now, and the color and the textures of the hostas add a lot of color even though they're not blooming.
Yes. And when we display quilts, we just like to just add a little more to it with the pop of color. So, but everything is looking good this year. So with the rain and the weather is great today. So it's just been an enjoyable day.